Welcome to GSAP Utility Methods Part 3, Chaining Multiple Utility Methods with GSAP.Utils.Pipe. By the end of this quick lesson, you'll understand how to pre-configure multiple utility methods and then chain them together inside the pipe method. So we've already done two videos where we're using the mouse position and map range to set the scale of an object. And today we're going to mix things up by using the rotation. So here you'll see that when I'm on the left side of my demo with the mouse X of 0, that the arrow is pointing straight up. And as I move to the right, it's going to be spinning, okay? And there's a direct relationship between the mouse X position and the rotation. And when I get all the way over to, let's say, 600, which is the max of my demo, the arrow will be spinning 600 degrees. If we go to the code, we'll see stuff that's pretty familiar to us. I have a quick setter set up that's going to change the rotation on the box, and it's called set rotation. Whenever the mouse moves, we're going to output the event offset X, as we're seeing down here, and then we're going to use that same value to pass into my set rotation quick setter. Again, very similar to the previous two videos. And today, instead of having the rotation end at 600 like this, I want to make sure that regardless of where my mouse is, we're only going to be generating a rotation between 0 and 360. So when I get to the edge here, I want the arrow pointing up. So as we've discussed before, we'll use map range for this. So we'll set up a rotation variable equal to whatever we get from GSAP.Utils.MapRange. When our in min value is 0, our in max is going to be 600. That's the width of my demo area. And we only want to output between an out min of 0 and an out max of 360. And the value to map is going to be my e.offsetX. Once that value is mapped, we're then going to pass rotation into my set rotation quick setter. So now things are going to be virtually the same, except for when I go all the way to the right, we're going to end with the arrow pointing up at 360 degrees. Now you'll notice that the rotation is very, very smooth as I'm moving my mouse. Well, let's just say we have a requirement that we want the rotation of the arrow to snap to 45-degree increments. Well, there's a snap utility function for that. So what we can do is go into our code, and I'm going to say that rotation is going to be modified with that snap utility. So we'll use GSAP.Utils.snap, and I'm going to snap to 45-degree increments, and the value to snap is going to be my current rotation value. So now you'll see things get a little bit janky, all right, but this is exactly what we want. When we're on the left, we're pointing up. As we move across, we're going to be snapping to these 45-degree increments. And when we get to the very end, we're going to be again facing up. But now you'll see, of course, that snapping very clearly. And although this works fine, since we're using multiple utility functions on our rotation value, it's a great way to introduce you to pipe. GSAP.Utils.Pipe allows you to pass a value through a pipeline or series of GSAP's utility functions. Each function will modify the value it receives and pass it on to the next function in the pipeline. Currently in our code, we're taking the offset X, running it through map range, assigning that value to rotation, and then passing that rotation value into snap, and then passing the new rotation value into set rotation. So to do the same thing using pipe, I'm going to create references to both the map range and snap functions that we need. So I'm going to get rid of these right here, and also this set rotation. And where I'm creating the function that handles set rotation currently, I'm going to just add in these two lines of code. So here I'm creating a variable called map range, which points to a function that gets returned when I call map range with these values, all right? So you'll notice here that I'm not passing anything in as a value to be mapped, which means that whenever I call map range, it's going to run a value through a map range function that has these parameters already defined. Similarly, this variable snap here is going to be pointing to a function that will snap the value I provide to increments of 45. Very much in the same way that whenever I had called set rotation, the value I passed in got applied to my box and its rotation value. So now that these references are defined outside of my mouse move, I'm going to create another constant called pipe and set it equal to gsap.utils.pipe. And the parameters that I pass into pipe are going to be these references right here to these various utility functions. So inside of the parenthesis here, I'm going to call map range first, and then separated with a comma, I'm going to call my snap function, and then lastly, my set rotation quick setter. And then to get all this to work, down here, I'm going to call pipe and pass in the event.offsetX. And now the next time we run, what you should see is that it works exactly the same way, okay? As I move across, we're snapping to those 45-degree increments, and when I get all the way to the right, it's a full 360-degree rotation. So here, I'm taking a single value, passing it into pipe. Pipe is going to take that value, pass it into map range as the value to map to these parameters. It's then going to pass it into snap using 45 degrees as the increment, and then that value gets passed to my set rotation quick setter, which will apply that value as the rotation to box using degrees as units. Now, there are many other ways that we could use pipe in different examples, but I'm hoping this is a simple enough example so that you can study it and understand the concepts and what is actually happening here. You could argue that it's a little bit more code than we had previously, but you might also argue that it's a little bit cleaner and perhaps even more performant, but I'm not exactly sure you'd see the difference in this example. But again, I wanted to show this to you in as clean of an example as possible. As I mentioned in the beginning of this series, I'd strongly suggest you watch the utility methods video in the GSAP docs, as that will give you another example that uses multiple utility functions and pipe. The video will explain how this demo works, where you'll notice that when I'm moving my mouse on the left edge of the screen, we're stuck at this red color, but once I get to a certain point, it starts to animate to blue, all right? It's gonna go through purple, then we get to blue, and then on the right, it doesn't animate at all either. So there's a certain range where the color is going to be updated based on the mouse position. And a quick peek in the code will show us that there is a pipe being used here with multiple utility functions that are defined up here. Again, the video walks through all of that, and it's just another great example to help these concepts sink in. So be sure to study all the code examples I'm providing for you, and the best thing to do, try to find a way to use these utility methods in your own projects. See you in the next video.